morning, welcome back to my studio if you're new. My name's Emma, I'm an illustrator based in Sheffield and these are my daily-ish vlogs. Today I've got a little list. Here's Rolly come to join us. I won't pick him up because he doesn't like it, but Rolly is my cat. Today I've got a list of things to do and I've got to do them by 4 o'clock-ish because I've got to go and pick Andy up and we've got to go and do the weekly shopping. Life, hey? So it's a time now. Oh, it's not 5 to 10, is it? I forgot to change that clock. It's 5 to 11. Yeah, so I've got a few hours. I'd like to start a new sketchbook or two for a couple of ideas that I've had for children's books, and I'm going to take some time to sit and work them out. I also am going to go on and try and work out my Apple iCloud because a little while ago I paid for more storage and every month they take money out. It's fine, it works, but I've realised that I don't want to store things on the cloud. I'm going to try and work that out. I'm going to go on there, try and get rid of the money that I'm paying because it just fills up in like 3 seconds anyway. So I might as well just do the whole like deleting stuff and all that kind of thing. But that's by the by. What else do I need to do? There was something else on my list. I will add it as I go. Oh, I'd like to order some cards. Those cool 4Cats cards that we designed the other day. They're going to be ordered. Also, I'm going to order some more cool cat cards and have a look through my little stock cupboard, which is just over there, and what's the word? Reorder some things that are looking low. I've just realised these plants need water, so I'll definitely do that first. It's like, do you feel like this is actually the beginning of the year? So I've had a little bit of a spring clean and I did that in January as well, and I sorted out all of this timetable thing, which I haven't really done anything with since. I'm going to start doing that again today. Spring. It feels like it should be the actual beginning of the year, none of this January malarkey. Everything's coming to life. The sun's shining again. I want to make plans. I made a video about this a little while ago about like finding your natural seasons. In the middle of the summer, I don't really want to do that much. I'm too hot, I'm too sweaty. I just want to enjoy like flowers and gardening and all that kind of stuff. My kind of work times are autumn and spring. Those kind of changing seasons. So between summer and winter, both sides of that. Winter, I kind of want to huddle down. Summer, I just want to loaf about because I'm too hot. So spring and autumn are really my productive times. Do you feel like that? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, it really feels like the start of something today. So I'm glad I've had a little bit of a clean up and tidy up. It really needed it, my goodness. But yeah, I'm going to go get some water for these plants and then let's just go. Go on then. So a slight detour on our journey. Rolly is an inside cat, but we've harness trained him so he can go on walks and all that kind of stuff. So he does like to go out in the garden. We've already been out this morning, but he's meowing at me to go out again. So we'll have a little outside time as well. I'll show you the garden while we're out there. Then we'll get the water for the plants and then we'll carry on with the rest of the stuff. Good boy. Come on then, he's ready. He's ready. I remembered what that other thing was that I needed to do. Sketchbook tour for my patrons. I will get on that later. But first, I just need to do the final tweaks on the Cool for Cats image. Ooh. Oh, you're magnetic. Didn't know that. The Cool for Cats image that we did the other day. And then put it onto my big computer. And do the thing, you know. Order it. Let's do that. Yesterday, I finally finished my application to my favourite agent on my list. I know that the video the other day made it look like I had actually finished the application process, but what I'd actually done in that old video was to finish the kind of cover letter, which I found to be the hardest thing because all the rest of the stuff I had ready to go. So yesterday I bit the bullet, compiled like the PDFs and stuff of the story that I'm applying with and other images and stuff. So that's finally on there, and that's finally ticked off on my 100 rejections list, which feels good. I've made a little list of all the cards that I need to order. I'm going to do that now. Tell you what though, this notebook that I got has been invaluable. I've tried notebooks before to like write lists and organise my life and stuff. I think I've always been a bit too precious about them, so I'm approaching notebooks with the same kind of, you know, like just do it attitude as I am with like applying to agents and all that kind of stuff. I found this at work. I think I've told you about this. Not interesting really. It was in a bargain bin. Someone that I know who makes books. It must have been one of their early ones or something. I don't know. I love it. I love those colours. And I'm just using it day by day, not in any particular kind of pretty way, but literally just to write notes, tick them off, write more notes, tick them off, write more notes, tick them off, just to organise my life. And also yesterday when I was at work, I had an idea for a children's book. Just an image popped into my head of like a double page spread. I was thinking about the garden, and it's something gardening related. And just an image popped into my head, and it was really nice to have this book because I take it everywhere. Like it's in the same bag as my sketchbooks. Just to put somewhere to put ideas down in rough, because sometimes those kind of ideas where you don't really know where it's going to go, it's literally just to get it from your head, like a brain dump onto your page. You don't really necessarily want to put it in a sketchbook because you might never go back to it again. It's kind of like you might not want to be doing it in a particularly detailed way. You just want to dump it down. So having somewhere that you're constantly checking is it's revolutionised my life basically. Anyway, I'm going to get on with these because I've got 4 hours left and I can procrastinate. So let's just do it. That's one thing off the list, but it took me exactly an hour, which is not good going. So the next thing on my list is a sketchbook tour, but I'm going to need this camera as always. This is what I record on. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about my sketchbook tour, over on Patreon, one of the rewards for my £1 tier and above is a sketchbook tour. So it's a flick through of my observational sketchbooks. Sometimes I put it to music, sometimes I do a little voiceover, but it's just one of the rewards that's on there. So every month I'll do that for the month's sketchbooks previous to the one that I'm filming. So it'll be all March's sketchbooks, and it's just my observational sketchbooks, not studio work. It's just a little something extra, and that's on the £1 tier and above. Also on the £1 tier, if you're interested, is a live drawing Zoom, which I need to schedule. I think I'm going to draw cats again this month. I just love drawing cats, but this month I think I'm going to do model cats. Last month I did model dogs, so dogs that were posing rather than like shelter dogs, where like they're not necessarily the best pictures on the shelter websites. So that's what I thought I would draw this month, but I haven't decided yet. So I mean, we'll see. But that's also something that you get on the £1 tier and above. So you get access to the live drawing Zooms, you get access to the recordings as well, and also the recordings going back to the beginning of time. So if you just want to dip into the membership for 1 month, you do actually get quite a lot of content on there. Yeah, you get quite a lot of content on there, so you can dip in for 1 month if you want to, or you can keep the membership rolling over. And whenever you remember, you get access to the recordings of those drawing sessions, and also you get access to the invites that happen while you remember. What else do you get on that tier? Oh, you get monthly downloads. So I've already done those this month. So you get a computer background, you get a tablet background, a phone background, you get a printable calendar. I'm going to print one today actually. And printable note sheets too, so you can like have to-do sheets or whatever, and that's every month, and it features an illustration by this guy, so that's also good. What else do I do? There's other stuff on there too. They're the main 3 things, so sketchbook tour, live drawing Zoom, and the downloads. Oh, I also do, just as a little extra, I've got a bunch of these old vintage postcards, if I can do it, yeah, like a big stack of vintage postcards that have got like illustrations on them, and so that they're getting used, I'll post one of those up, a picture of that up every month, and it can be just a little drawing prompt, so I label that the drawing prompts. I've already done that for this month, I think. Let me check. Who knows, the months go by so quickly. Let's see. So I've done the downloads. Yes, I've done April's drawing prompt. It is an owl, and it's just a little something extra. There's no obligation to do it at all. There's also chats. I've set up a chats feature over on Patreon, so if you want to get involved with other illustrators and creatives, you can share all of your stuff over on Patreon, and you don't have to share your pictures on Instagram, which feels kind of scary, especially in the way that Instagram is kind of going with the whole AI thing and stuff. So there's that. Anyway, I better go and film this sketchbook tour because I also need to edit it. Okay, final job for the day is getting some sketchbooks. These are just A4 random, nothing special sketchbooks. If you want to know exactly what they are, I'm not sponsored. I don't even have an affiliate with them anymore. Jackson Studio sketchbooks. They're the cheapest that I've managed to find, that's why I use them. So I've got some A4 Jackson Studio sketchbooks, and I'm going to have them as like book idea sketchbooks, a place where I can dump ideas down. This isn't a place where I'm going to start with thumbnails and plan it all out perfectly. I'm just going to start with like a brain dump. So any ideas that I get, even if they're non-coherent. So I might start with an idea that I've had for the middle of the book or the end of the book. It's not going to be chronological, it's just going to be a rough place where I can put down ideas, where I can use this then as a resource to inform a more kind of coherent thumbnail plan later on. So for example, the idea that I had at work, where it started off with just a page layout, like, oh, this would be a nice page layout. I can start with that. That won't be the beginning of the book because I don't know who that character is yet. I don't know what they're doing, don't know where they are, but I know that that page is, the idea for that page is floating around in my head, so it will go in here. And then, yeah, like I said, these will later inform how I do a thumbnail plan, which is how I plan my books. So with these, whenever I get these, they're not the most expensive sketchbooks in the world, which is great. They're, in fact, the cheapest ones I've been able to find. It doesn't mean that there aren't any cheaper, it's just I haven't looked recently. But sometimes they don't open well. Can you see that? So this one opened really well on the front. Boo-boo. But this one didn't. You can tell it's the front because it's got the embossed bit. So I'm just going to flip that around and I'm going to use it upside down because I hate it, really hate it, when you open a sketchbook, it doesn't want to open properly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some brown tape and just put a title, just to indicate the front of the book. And then I'm going to just spend a little bit of time until I need to go and collect Andy, transferring the ideas from my notebook to here, and just starting the process. And these will live in my iPad bag, and I'll be able to take them out and about with me and work on them as and when. And that's taken me up until almost 4 o'clock, and now I need to go. So thanks very much for joining me for today's video. It's nice having a bit of studio time, and I got a bit of sorting out done as well, which was much needed. So yeah, I'm going to go and do some food shopping now, and I will hopefully catch you in the next video. So until then, bye.